2002, the reason I joined AstraZeneca is we were bringing a targeted therapy in lung cancer, Iressa, to the market. And it was a phenomenal drug. It was interesting for us oncology here. Doublet chemotherapy had taken us to a place. There was a famous study done by Joe Schiller at the ECOG, 1594, I still remember the number, where they looked at four different doublet chemotherapy regimens. Carbotaxol, gemcitabine was part of that from Lilly, and CPT11, which was another doublet combination that they tried. And it basically, these chemos took us as far as we were going to go. So superimposable PFS, progression-free survival curves. OS really didn't look that much different either. And that was the study, as it said, that launched 1,000 targeted therapies, because now we knew chemo's has gotten us here, but if we're going to get further, we need more biologically targeted agents. And Iressa was one. So all that sounds good. And we were approved not long thereafter, so around 2004, on a accelerated approval, and then we failed. We failed patients. The drug did not meet its primary endpoint in the confirmatory phase 3. And I still remember that 6:30 a.m. phone call where we learned that not only did the drug fail, but because of the accelerated mechanism, we now have to remove it from the marketplace. Be about people and failure, don't you, Linda? And certainly that was not fun. And this drug that had all this hype and recognition suddenly was being removed from the market. So I think really, working with, my leadership, I was working for a guy named Doug Wilmot at the time, who was my regional director, and he leaned on me and I leaned on him, and we got through this together. Not everybody stayed on the team at that point, but it was a lot of work to do to clean up investigator-initiated trials that were no longer going to move forward, and company-sponsored trials, and a trip to our competitor to basically lay out trials and say, hey, we're going to, in the interest of patients, if you'd like to continue these trials with your agent, take a pick. They're yours if you'd like them and if it meets your strategic goals. And then, of course, the KOL management that goes with that, when you've got to go around with your MSLs and you tell them, hey, your trial has been canceled. That's horrible for everybody, especially the patients and the investigators who put so much time and effort into it. So I think sticking through that and really showing the business that in a time of a failure, failed trial, that I was going to stick through and help lead others and do the right thing. I think that's one failure in my career, that we kind of turned lemons into lemonade a bit.